It's the roll up, it's the vibes. Another beautiful day in the Sunshine State. It's your favorite Uncle Silk, kicking it for your first logo talk at the top of 2023. Before we get started, like and subscribe to the channel. It costs absolutely nothing to show love. Like and subscribe. We're gonna get into some recruiting talk, some transfer portal talk, and a whole lot of vibes what's going on in Gainesville right now. Right now, let me just lay the landscape out right now in recruiting. Early signing day has passed, completed. I think early signing day is the big signing day, national signing day in February. Not a whole lot of activity. Most of the kids in the country have signed. Everybody on our board has signed for the most part. We do have Caden Jones out of Louisiana that's going to decide between uh, University of Florida and Texas A&M at the All-Star game. But outside of that, not expecting a whole lot of high school recruiting. I think we're pretty much done in that market. Transfer portal wise, a lot of additions need to be made. So far, we made four additions. We brought in quarterback Graham Mertz from Wisconsin. I already did content on him. The opinions about him are already out there. I don't want to regurgitate the same opinions over and over. Um, Serviceable guy, nothing to write home about, nothing to get too excited about. But there is some promise in seeing other guys at other places, like Hennon Hooker, Bo Nix, and also Tennessee's backup even came in and made some tries in the bowl game. So Joe Milton had a good bowl game. So it's just good to see guys, older guys, start to click a little bit at different programs. So there's some promise in that aspect, but not a whole lot to cheer about with adding Graham Mertz. Um, on the other side of the ball, we added three guys at positions of need. Defensive tackle, we brought in Caleb Banks. Already talked about him. Louisiana defensive tackle had impressive offers from other SEC programs without having a whole lot of tape out there. Big guy, good body, could play strong side defensive end, could move inside. But he has 2 years to play, if I'm not mistaken. We brought in another defensive tackle this past week, Cameron Jackson's out of Memphis, a guy that has hell of a production. This past year, he had 41 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss at defensive tackle. He comes in at 6'6", 340, a big guy that's going to play right on the side of Desmond Watson. Should be some guys that take up a lot of space and free up a lot of running around and a lot of playmaking for the linebackers. Speaking of linebacker, we brought in Taraja Mitchell from Ohio State, a guy that's going to come in. He started 9 games in 2021, didn't play a whole lot in 2022. There was some smoke about him struggling with injuries, and also some smoke about him just flat out getting passed up. Ohio State got some killers out there. They recruit at a high. They've been recruiting at a higher level than us the past few years. So they do got some guys out there that could play. So Taraja Mitchell hasn't played a ton this year. He played in the bowl game versus Georgia, and was allowed to because of some new NCAA rules. So he made the announcement public this week. Should be sliding over. He brings in some leadership to us, which is going to be a big void with Ventura Miller going to the NFL. So Taraja Mitchell's coming over. He's going to bring some experience. I think he's going to be good in at least for sure rundowns. I think he's going to be more than suitable. But from a leadership standpoint, he was a captain on Ohio State's team in 2021, which is a positive. This team is lacking a lot of leadership. So Taraja Mitchell is a big get. He's going to compete for starting spot alongside Shamar James right away. I hope we get at least one more linebacker or two. But for right now, we've added four guys at position of need. I think we need around 10 more. We do have two windows. Like I said, the first window of the transfer portal is going on right now. It'll close up January 18th. The second window opens back up in May. So around May 1st to May 15th, you'll get your second window, which I expect us to add a few more guys in there as well. But right now, we've added four. I do want to go over some guys I do like in the portal right now. I'm not necessarily saying the staff is after all these guys, but I just want to talk about what's in the portal, our needs, my likes. Just kick it for a little bit. I do think we need another linebacker. I already spoke on that. Running back is a position that's not talked about a lot because we have two good running backs, but we need to add at least one running back. I expect that running back to come from a guy that has at least 2 years to play. No guy with 1 year is going to want to come in and play with these two killers we got at running back. but I expect a running back to come from the FCS level, somewhere like that. Names I heard Deuce Spurlock is a guy. I'm sorry, that's a linebacker. Never disregard that. Day Day Hunter is the running back from Liberty. Is a guy that had 880 yards, 8 touchdowns. He has 2 years to play. Louisville's in his recruitment. Cal, some other schools. Jared Green is another guy I would look after as well. Georgia Southern went for 480 yards, 6 touchdowns. Very productive guy. Both of these backs are very explosive. Wouldn't mind having them in our running back room with 2 years to play because I think Montrell Johnson is going to play 1 year and be gone. So there'll be plenty of. And I also think Billy wanted to play 3 running backs this year. I'm not sure what happened with Naquan Wright as the season went on. I think it was more than just on the field play. I think it was some off the field stuff as well. So I do think Billy wants to play 3 running backs. So there'll be some opportunity in year one for either one of those guys if those are the guys we're going after. But you're looking, it's going to be tough at running back. I've already explained that. Trying to get two guys to come in and play with two proven running backs is going to be difficult. Your best bet is probably JUCO high school ranking. So if we were to dip back into some high school recruiting, I would expect it to be running back. Just from a numbers perspective, we got to add some bodies at that spot. Wide receiver too. I wouldn't mind adding a body or two. We still trying to wait to see what Ricky Pearsall is going to do at wide receiver. But it's a couple guys out there that are just different type of bodies. And I know the big names are out there, but Xavier Weaver at USF, I think he could come in and play and be an explosive right away. A 2,000-yard guy. If you cut on the film, you can see exactly what I like in him. I know Oklahoma, West Virginia, Colorado, some other P5 offers are going out for him. I don't know where we at in this recruitment. I know there's some contact, but I don't know how much we want these guys at receivers. Just some guys I like. Tyrone Broden is another wide receiver who's 6'7" out of Bowling Green. Just do your searches on YouTube or Twitter, any of these apps, and check him out. He's probably the tallest guy right now in the portal. I think he's explosive, a guy that's maturing later on in his career. He's going to be a productive guy on the P5 level. A lot of upside with him. Safety is another position that we need some guys at. Safety star position. I like Al Walton out of Baylor. I think he's a ball player. He could play right away at the star or the safety spot. I prefer him at the star. He has 1 year to play, graduate transfer type of guy. I know there's some contact between us and him. I don't know how much we want him. I don't know where he's at. It's different when recruiting these guys that are 24, 25 years old, been out here a little bit. They're not with all the games and the smoke and the rumors. So it's not a whole lot of information about what these guys are looking for as far as where they want to transfer. Gyro with Jari, I think his name is Jari Wilson out of ECU. I think is a very good ball player. Auburn, Tennessee, the same likes, man. We've had contact with him. 6'3", 220-pound dude. I like him in the star. He has 4 interceptions. Uh, Shitload of tackles, man. He's originally out of the Jacksonville area, so there's some local traction there. I don't know, like I said, what's in these guys' wants and needs and what they're looking for in programs, but just some guys I like. Defensive end, I think we spoke about him on Stadium and Gale. Gilbert Edmond out of South Carolina, a guy that's from Fort Pierce, has a relationship with Jamar Chaney. Could be some traction there. I know we have contact. I know we're trying to get. That's a guy we do want. We'll see where he ends up. I know Florida State's after him. USC, Texas, a few others, man. Some good teams after him. Byron Vaughns is another defensive end that I like out of Utah State. Utah State got some guys, man. I don't know what happened with their program or if it's NIL, but there's a lot of things going on with Utah State. They had a pretty successful year. They developed well out there. Byron Vaughns is originally from Texas, transferred, went to University of Texas, transferred to Utah State to get some time, some production, balled out. Now looking for a new home. I expect him to be a player and a guy that play on Sundays, man. We'll see where he end up on the next level, but just a guy I like. Um, Another guy I like, and I know we're in contact with Walter Rouse out of Stanford. 4 years started out there at offensive tackle. We need offensive tackle. My man Michael Tarquin ends up at USC out west. We lose a guy that's at least deaf, right? But we bring Walter Rouse in. I think I know you plug him in as an immediate starter. He just visited Auburn. Just checking out some Auburn information and stuff from their side. They've also pointed out that Florida is a guy and a team to watch in this recruitment. Like Walter Rouse a lot, could be a good get. We'll see how it all plays out. Marcellus Johnson is another offensive tackle out of Eastern Michigan. Um, has 1 year to play. Graded out as the number 4 offensive tackle out of the MAC. I think a guy that's very capable to come in and be a starter at the SEC level. We'll see it all how it all plays out. Just a guy I know we're in contact with. Offensive tackle is probably our biggest need when it pertains to offensive line. We have some guards that can play a little bit, but there's also some guards in the portal that I like. Uh, Micah Mazuka, I think that's how you pronounce his name, offensive guard out of Baylor. He's a guy that has 1 year to play. Baylor losing some good work. Memphis losing some good work. Utah losing some good work. Good teams are still winning these bowl games, losing these bowl games, and having players hit the portal for opportunities elsewhere. So, still with these 2 weeks left before the portal closes. Still a lot of work to be done. Still a lot of good players in the portal to fill out our roster, man. We just got to get active. Um, One of the things it seems like there's just not a whole lot of players saying they got Florida offers. That don't mean the team's not active. Their strategy on how they officially give out offers may be a little different, but as far as activity wise, they are definitely moving around, offering kids. I'm sorry, not offering, but at least contacting them and seeing what type of interest they got going. We'll see how it all plays out as it you know goes on a little bit here. But Deuce Spurlock is the name that I said earlier. Michigan linebacker. There's some smoke about Harbaugh maybe taking an NFL job. Nonetheless, this kid is from the Georgia area. I think is a more than capable linebacker. Not benches, squats over 600 pounds. Explosive, strong guy. He was 6'2", 2+, like 220 coming out of high school. He's looking to relocate. Wouldn't mind getting in on his recruitment. If you look at Taraja Mitchell, he's an older guy. Wouldn't mind him getting him in for the 1 year, but we also got to fill this depth chart out a little bit. So I wouldn't mind Deuce Spurlock coming in with 2 or 3 years to play. So you get that gap of a 1 year stopgap guy and also a guy that's developed a little bit at Michigan, but also coming in to provide you some depth. Same thing, looks like the same type of situation with offensive line and other positions when it pertains to the transfer portal. I think we need about 10 guys, offensive line for sure, linebacker for sure. We need to get a couple more bodies in here to be able to compete for spring. Outside of that, I'm not mad at the transfer portal. I do want to just see how we close. A lot of teams are still getting busy with offers. Florida's just not a team that's putting a shitload of, hey, you got an offer out there. And I'm not mad at that strategy. We just got to see it all play out. No reason to panic. Everybody should vibe, chill. It's the logo talk. Real quick, we can vibe a little bit. Let's talk a little bit. Quarterback. We talked on Stadium McGill. I know Dan Thompson, my guy on there, he mentioned possibly another quarterback being seeking out another quarterback of some sort. I know the vibes in Gator Nation ain't really feeling the Jack Miller, Graham Mertz for spring football, but I just don't see that happening. Would I mind it happening? I don't know who could possibly hit the portal for that second window. I know some quarterbacks are still going to compete for spring. Once they lose those jobs, players will be hitting the portal again. And for other positions as well, it's going to be a lot more portal action in the spring. Some players want to let it play out and see if they can win jobs in the offseason. But when it pertains to the quarterback position, the talk that I've just been hearing from Jaden Rashada is in his mindset. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but I could just tell from the mindset and the lingo he's saying, like he's coming in with a mindset that I could play right away. It's a lot of talk out there at the Under Armour camp where he's playing pretty good, making some throws that you could tell is some improvement over his senior season. He's just making some of the throws he couldn't make beforehand or was inaccurate with beforehand. He's hitting those throws now, but I can just see from a maturity standpoint and the talk he's talking with putting on weight that he's looking to come in and compete right away. I don't know if he wins that job, but that's just some perspective to give to you guys. Um, I'm fine with Rashada coming in and competing for that job because he's coming in the spring. We'll see how all the reps are divvied up in spring between Mertz, Jack Miller, and Jaden Rashada. A lot of things to play out. Most importantly, I want to see how things play out at linebacker. We got Taraja Mitchell's coming in. Hopefully, he brings in some senior leadership, and hopefully Shamar James could get and keep maturing. I think he played a fine freshman year, look more than adequate. Look like he's SEC ready. Just need him to develop a little bit more. Safety, got to get one more safety in here, and if not two. And then they could kind of figure out between star and safety how they want to work it. But I do think we need some more help at the safety and star room. I'm not panicking at all at corner. I love my cornerback room. I think we got some guys that can play some SEC football on the outside. Uh, so we'll see how it all play out. It's the logo talk. It's the vibes. Just want to kick it with y'all, give y'all some information. As more stuff comes out, I'll give y'all more stuff. You feel me? So far, our grade, our portal movement and our portal graph so far, I give us a C. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna give us a B or A or nothing crazy like that. I think we hit on some needs, but nothing too superstarish. With my man Cameron Jackson, you do beat out Miami and LSU. Uh, that's the biggest thing when you're grabbing these portal guys is seeing who you're battling with. All this star ranking in the portal world is a little different. I'm not into the star ranking in transfers. Transfers is about filling needs on your roster, and that need around the country could make a player a little bit more inflated than the rest, right? I think offensive line, offensive tackle right now is a big position of need. Cameron Jackson, I don't care. I don't know what star they gave him as a transfer, but if you look at defensive tackle around the country, he was very coveted as a big 6'6", 340 guy with production. LSU was out there, Miami was out there. They all needed roster spots. We needed him very bad, and we were able to grab him. I don't know what star they put on him, but I'm gonna put 4 stars on that motherfucker myself, just from a simple standpoint of like position of needs and availability and supply around the country. Not a whole lot of supply when it pertains to defensive tackle, and we was able to get a guy in here. So far, I guess a C. Linebacker, same as well. Position of need. Got a guy in here with some production, senior qualities. A guy that's thought highly of out in Ohio State. So far, okay vibes. We got 2 more weeks to close this porter out. We'll see what it do. Until then, it's logo talk. Like, subscribe to the channel. Go to takeavacay.com. Use coupon code roll up, man. Just trust me on this. Takeavacay.com. Use coupon code roll up for 10% off.